Alright, Invicta fans, here we go. I know you guys have been waiting on this one. Actually, some of you have been asking for it before we even released the first version in an automatic. Here you've got the brand new Subaqua Noma V in the Quartz. First time being released. It is on the bracelet, and we'll talk about the bracelet in depth. Even better news, though, is this is going to be offered as a today's top value, or TTV as we call it, this weekend. I believe the 12th is the date we're going for, so I just wanted to shoot a quick video because there's so much going on with this particular timepiece. Two different options: silver dial and blue dial, and we'll jump into this and give you a better description of what's going on with it. Alright, for the descriptive purposes of the watch anyway, we'll use the silver dial version as it tends to show up a little bit better on the video. As we go to look at this, one of the things you guys really need to understand about this watch, first of all, was it was in design for a little over 3 years. And when we get into the details here, you'll understand why. Now, on top of that, it took another year to be able to get everything right and be able to bring this out. So, as you can see, Ronda Swiss made, as I kind of zoom in down here, Swiss made timepiece, Swiss movement. This is the Ronda 5050E caliber movement, day and date. Now, I know because of the time set on this, you can only see one of the hands, but the other one's the same, just shorter. New set of hands that have been done on this timepiece. There's the Swiss made. Now I want you to notice this outer ring that's been done on the timepiece here, where the hour markers have been set up on this. That's been done as a diver's hose, and that's what it is trying to emulate. So you'll see it goes all the way around, and we have the individual markers that have been set up on it in two different styles. It does have a tachymeter just to the inside of that. Now, one of the things that you'll notice about this is, as I rotate this around so you can see, get a little bit of the glare off there so you can see the dragon. That is an automatic helium release valve because the watch is 500 meters water resistant. Let me see if I can get a little closer. And as you can see, there's that Subaqua dragon that has been micro etched into that. You can see the decoration that's been done on the bezel itself. 120 click unidirection rotating bezel with diver scale. I'll show you the diver scale in a second. Notice 3 different finishes, including that dragon scale kind of diamond plate look that you're used to seeing on the Subaqua Nomas. Now, this one has, let me rotate up a little bit so you can see, 5 rider tabs indicative of the version, the Subaqua Noma V. Now, 4 of these are done in the way that I'm giving you this really close-up view, meaning they're hollow. Now, there is a reason for that. I know a lot of people have had a lot of things to say about that, but the issue here is if the watch is wet, your hand is wet. When you reach down and grab this, the hollow nature of that, I mean, you guys all know how that, I guess, physics works there. Your finger kind of gets locked in there, and you know, you'll have some of your skin that actually goes inside of that and it creates a seal, makes it very easy to operate and turn that. So there is a reason why we did that. Now, the one that is not done that way is at the top. Let me see if I can get some of that glare off of there. Tridnite filled. As you can see, this is the one that is not set up, and that's at the 12 o'clock position as is zeroed. There you can see the diver scale that we were talking about, the 15-minute diver scale. And if I go ahead and just rotate this around, you'll see that one has the custom screw that is set into that entirely. And there's the detail work. Now, one of the key reasons that this watch took so very long is this patent pending, at least I believe it's still pending. And by the way, there's 3 patents, I believe, that are pending on this watch, plus what's known as a utility patent. Now this is the crown and function pusher system that is going on here. 37 individual components making up the crown and function pusher system that's been done on this. Now these function pushers, and I'll show you the other one because I've got it the opposite way, are in the closed position. Now what really makes this interesting is because of this kind of a rocker arm look that runs all the way through that. Let me rotate over the top and pull back a little so you can see what I'm talking about. Does something very, very cool that I have not seen another watch do. And that is, if you forget to put the function pushers back into this position, there is no gap even when they're unscrewed. So what that means is you're going to get 200 meters of water resistance with the function pushers in an unscrewed position. Now, obviously we do not recommend that you dive or swim or actually do anything near water with them unscrewed. But unscrewed, 200 meters of water resistance. Screwed in, you're going to get the full 500 meters water resistance. And if I clip around here at an angle, you can still see kind of a tradition now with the Subaqua series is that raised flame fusion crystal that's been done on that. So impact resistance plus scratch resistance. Here's a different angle on the silver tone dial with that gray ring, trittonite luminous material used on all of the hands. Now give me just a second and we'll show you the other. Now this is the blue dial option, but what I've done is put the function pushers into an unscrewed position. Unscrewed means you see that portion of the function pusher where your fingertips can actually use it, meaning it's protruding as opposed to being flush and closed. Now what I've also done is flipped around the crown because the crown is kind of cool. It's a pill style crown, as we would call it. But to use it, you pull the two pieces or sides, front and back, together and then unscrew it because it is a screw down functionality that has been done on that. Now, even in its unscrewed position, what I'm trying to do is get ultra close in the macro mode on this camera and show you there's virtually no gaps that is going to allow water to get past that. It uses O-rings and E-rings to make up part of the 37 individual components on this patent pending system. So obviously very, very cool in the way it's done. And now we'll take a look at the bracelet because that gets very, very interesting. Now here's a good close-up look of the bracelet that's been done on the Subaqua Noma V, and for the first time we've really done a completely customized piece that is really kind of phenomenal in the way that they've done it. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom, and what I want you to see is closer to the clasp, which is that diver's flip lock safety clasp that supported scissor style. As you can see, there's the winged Invicta logo. But what you're looking at is a 5-piece multi-link bracelet done in 316L stainless steel in 3 different finishes. And not only is it 3 different finishes, but it's 3 different links entirely in their shape and configuration that has been done on this particular timepiece. Now I've got the watch sitting here at kind of a weird angle because what I want you to do is see where the bracelet is bent, or the word is broken. You may have heard Tim and I talk about that on the show. Not broken as in not working, but bent. Now the reason I'm showing you that is because on this one, as you'll see, we now have a 6th piece added to the bracelet. Now that is what they call a frame protector, but I wanted to do it at an angle because what I want you to see is underneath that is the additional links that you see here. So for instance, if I can get my pointer in here, this piece that I'm over top of is there, but then you've got a piece sitting on top of it. That is the 6th piece. So starting at this link and moving up, they are now 6-piece multi-link bracelets, and I'll show you what the backside of that looks like. But one of the things to really understand here, that, and one of the reasons why this watch took so long, is imagine the tolerances that have to be met for this frame protector. I mean, we're talking as close to zero tolerance, zero variance in being able to put this together. And that is not the way it is with a lot of watch bracelets. I don't care if you're talking about a $50,000 watch. They have tolerances that allow them to be off, plus or minus, kind of like the way an automatic movement in its accuracy, which is acceptable. Doing this and having that seamless fit, as I'm trying to show you here, is virtually right at zero as far as the tolerance goes. There's the scales, again, on the center link, representative of the dragon, and again, something that you've really seen ever since the Subaqua Noma V came up. And again, if I rotate, you can see matches the design, one of the 3 levels of decoration that's been done on that unidirectional rotating bezel. So everything goes through on that. Now, it's not just the bracelet, but again, I'll give you a quick peek at this angle of the opened function pusher, because remember, again, you see that one top piece sitting protruding. We actually had to go to equipment manufacturers and figure out how to make equipment that will allow us to make this watch. It is an incredible number of man hours that go into the build on this, and then once we're done, you're looking at 5 days of testing on each individual piece before it is passed and then allowed to come out. So the costs on this, I mean, just imagine the people that had to be paid, the work that had to be done, all the things that had to be built. Then you had to kind of go back and restart over from scratch when you invariably found those things that didn't work quite as planned, that went into this watch before we even get it out on the market. So a really big deal with this timepiece, and something I really hope you guys appreciate, especially when you see the price that this watch is going to be offered for as a today's top. Now here's the back of the bracelet, excuse me, that I said I would try to give you a look at. And again, you can see the different blocks, the cutouts that allow you to see that we are talking about a 5-piece or 6-piece, depending on which link you're talking about, bracelet, as well as the different sizes. So look at where the solid end link is, and that first teardrop shaped almost link is coming off of that. And then you've got a different size, then a different size. That one matches coming down, and then you move into half links, and that's very, very important, because you're going to have 3 different ways to size this bracelet to get a perfect fit on the wrist. You're going to have those 2 identical full-size links. Then you've got 2 half links that have been done, and then as you can see on the clasp, you have a total of 5 of the micro adjustments that can be utilized on the diver's flip lock safety class, the supported scissor. Now notice again, there's the frame protectors making up the 6th piece of that multi-link bracelet. However, if I move back to the underside, now remember it's duplicated on that side, you don't see anything on the underside that is hooking that together, so to speak. Technical term, hooking it together. That frame protector, that's why it has to meet those virtually 0 tolerances to be able to build this very complex bracelet. And just doing this, I mean, you can ask anybody that's familiar with the watch manufacturing process. A 5 or a 6-piece multi-link bracelet that works like this with all the different sizes, the full size, the half size, all of these are very, very expensive. Alright folks, so there is your quick overview of this timepiece. So once again, this is going to be offered as a today's top value in these 2 color choices, the silver tone and in your standard Invicta blue dial. That will be on Sunday the 12th, launching at midnight Eastern, or if you live in the Central Time Zone like we are, that will kick off at 11 p.m. on the 11th. We'll be running this. We don't have huge quantities, obviously, because of the difficulty level and time constraints in being able to build this particular timepiece, which is one of the reasons why we only have the 2 color options that are available for you. So hopefully this video will help you to make up your mind, and if you've been waiting on the Quartz version, this is the time to make that decision. Call in early, get your order in, get it done. Shoot us an email, asklive@shopnbc.com. Let us know which one you picked up. If you've got any questions, leave it below the video where you are able to make your comments. I'll do my best to get them answered, but really looking forward at being able to bring this out. As some of you guys know, I was very fortunate to get the last production automatic piece just before the watch was released back in September of last year, 2012. So I've got a one-off thanks to AL, and it is an extremely comfortable timepiece, which, like virtually every Invicta that we make, gets a lot of attention. A lot of folks are asking about it. This one definitely has a lot of personality on the wrist, and for you Subaqua Noma fans, this is one you definitely want to give some serious consideration to. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for taking a few minutes to check it out, and we'll see you on the 12th as we sell this one out.